Today, when I was teaching C programming to a guy, he came up with this simple code and he asked me whether this will work or not. So, technically, if you look at this code, this should work without any issues, right? Because he used a preprocessor directive to, you can say, morph the opening braces with start and then closing braces with stop. Now here, instead of closing braces and opening braces, he used the start. So when we compile this, let us just try to compile it. When you compile this, you see you have uh, the hello world that is coming up. So he was absolutely right in using a preprocessor directive, but is the intention of preprocessor directive is to use it for these purposes? Does this make sense? Using it this way is the question I had in mind, and then asked him. There are several standards that need to be followed while writing a program. There are several procedures that are defined, and there are standards like the Misrasi and the others that need to be followed while you are writing your code. And it's just not writing the code, it's writing the code in an efficient way is also a challenge of a programmer. So now when you use this, instead of having a open and close braces for a function, for a main function, he has used a preprocessor directive, and then again this is a definitely an additional step involved, and also it is disturbing the flow. Like example, we all know that a function starts with the opening base, ends with the closing base. Now instead of that, we have start and stop. So this again doesn't give any clarity on what is happening there. Start and stop, what does that indicate? Because again, we have to learn something from the new, or understand what preprocessor directive is defined. So I suggested him, yes, you are okay to experiment with different things, but what you have to keep in mind is whether you are following the predefined procedures that are there, and then you are not disturbing the rules that are being followed in the world. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But definitely, the experimentation was good, but implementation wise, whether it is good or not, is the point here. So I would suggest not to go with this these kind of implementations, because that doesn't give add any value, and instead of that, it disturbs the actual understanding of the code. And there have been many users worldwide who understand a specific process, and this is not the way to do it. Please post your comments and let us know if you like this approach, or you would recommend this approach. Thank you.